Hello Scorpio, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Scorpio is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It is totally free, doesn't cost anything. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Scorpio, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And an Eight of Swords. We've been wrapped up in our heads about something. Overthinking, overanalyzing. Right? We've got to put that into some context. What is going on? Why are we in this kind of analysis paralysis, as it's called, right? Okay. Four of Swords. We're coming out of that. Okay, that's good. Good energy. We've got a Ten of Wands. Seven of Wands. Hierophant. Knight of Cups. Lust or Strength card. Art card. Another Leo card. See, this is the Leo power card, and this is the Prince of Wands. This is another Leo energy. Kind of feels like there's a Leo thing going on with you right now. And more fire. This is all fire. All fire, and fire over here. I think this is really something. I feel as if, I don't know, I feel as if you've had some sort of revelation. Something has happened with you, right? There's something very, very special about you right now. And we are channeling all of this fire energy. And it is coming out in this Knight of Cups, right? I feel like it's, this is your expression, right, of your gift. This is you finding all this creative energy and just kind of unleashing it on the world. This is really good. I feel like there's something very special about you right now. I feel like you've figured out a way to stop getting in your own way. And that simple fact, right, that simple ability of just stop fighting yourself is unleashing all of this energy. This is really, really strong creative energy. A lot of fire, right? A lot of fire. And I think you're burning really, really bright. And I think other people are going to start noticing. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is a factor, infinite and unknown. And we're just going to put it over here. We're going to put our very own Kelly Kapoor right on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during this program you feel like you know what that card is, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments. We can do it together. We can do it as a group exercise. All right. Let's look around here. We got some majors. We got the Hierophant. We got the Lust or Strength card, and we've got the Art, also called the Temperance card. I feel like there is a surge of creative energy in you, and you're taking that energy as a gift out into the world, and you're testing it, right? It's kind of like you have all this ambition to start a restaurant. So you start cooking up dishes, and you're taking them out to the world, and you're saying, hey, everybody, here's some free samples. You want to taste this? Let me know what you think, you know? And I think that you're really getting a lot of attention. People are noticing that you're kind of this new, like a new player on the scene, right? Maybe it's at work, maybe it's at a restaurant, maybe it's some sort of a creative or an artistic endeavor, but I feel like you've stopped getting in your own way. And with the Hierophant up here, you're realizing your skill. You're realizing your potential. Right? And you're honoring and respecting your creative energy. You're holding yourself sacred with the Hierophant here. And so we've stopped this. This Eight of Swords, a lot of self-sabotage. And I think that this is a tendency that you have to overthink things. to maybe we're trying to make everything absolutely perfect before we give it to the world, right? Before we do it, before we're out here kind of performing our magic, right? Performing our art. And I think that this is a never-ending process. Every time we analyze it, we just think, well, I'm going to tweak it a little bit more. I need to make a few more changes, then it'll be ready. And that process goes on and on and on. And we never make any moves. The energy never goes anywhere. It stays here. It stagnates. It's that paralysis. It's that self-sabotage. Well, what you're doing is you're just saying enough is enough. I've tweaked this thing as much as I possibly can. I'm just not going to do it anymore. Because I think we know that if we keep looking at it and analyzing it, we're going to keep finding other things that we might want to change. It's that never-ending refinement. Eventually we have to just say, I'm going to take it to the streets, you know. I'm going to take all this food, I'm going to stop tinkering with it, and I'm going to go and do it. And just see how people like it, see what happens, right? So the Four of Swords, I think, is that effort that we're making to get out of our own heads. You know, we're not solving the problem. We're not cured of our, you know, our consciousness. We're not cured of the way our mind works, but we're able to just slow it down. We're able to step back from it and say, okay, I know now I need to bring all of this creative energy out. I need to start doing it. It's like we've been planning, but not painting anything, not building, not doing it, right? And so the Four of Swords is us taking a step back from that and realizing that it's time for action. The time of planning is well past, right? So now we've got that under control, so to speak, right? Relatively so. Now, the Seven of Wands in the background here, I think is really this kind of underdog energy that we have. And I think that's probably why you have to keep tinkering and analyzing and planning, because you know that you're up against a lot. There's a lot of competition in that field for you. Whatever this is, if this is some kind of art or business or whatever it is. Whatever work you're doing. When I say work, I don't just mean your career, what you do for money. I don't just mean your job. I mean whatever you're like burning calories doing every day. All right, that's your work. Whether you're retired, whether you're in school, whatever it is. Okay, maybe you're in the middle of your career, I don't know. But I feel like whatever this is, you know that there's a lot stacked against you. You know that you're pushing against a mountain here. Okay? And I think that's why we're planning, because we have to. We need to have a good plan, right? And we do, but we don't want to get stuck in that planning phase. Because then we're not actually doing, we're not moving, we're not doing anything. Okay? So the Seven of Wands, I think, is that recognition or even just that awareness that this is a big mountain that you've got to push. And it's kind of you against the world. There's a lot of competition in this field, whatever it is. Okay? And I think that's partly responsible for why we get stuck in the planning phase. Okay? Now, underneath everything, there's that Ten of Wands. And there's an energy, there's a stubbornness in you where you feel like you have to take all of the burden on yourself. You feel like you have to be the one to do everything in order for it to work. It's, you know, if you want something done right, you do it yourself, you know. But sometimes that could be really too much weight to bear. Okay. So that's part of this swords energy right here in the middle too. Because if we look at this, we've got major arcana, yeah. We've got a lot of fire, we've got a little bit of water, but then we got the air, and the air is clustered right here. And this is just being in our head, being in our thoughts, being in the planning, thinking phases, rather than the acting, doing phases, right? Rather than in the actual creation. So with the Ten of Wands underneath everything, Of course, we have to stay in our head about everything because I've got to do everything. I've got to map out, I've got to micromanage every little detail. So, of course, I've got to spend a lot more time analyzing and figuring things out. So the Ten of Wands, while it is a very ambitious energy, it might be overly so. This might be that thing where I don't need any help. I could do all of this myself, right? I can take care of every single stage of things. We think of like manufacturing, right? I want to do something with something else. What about all the parts that go into making up that tool? You have one tool to build a house. Are you building that tool? Are you getting the steel and the rubber and all that stuff to build that hammer? Well, then how are you making that steel? Where are you getting that rubber? We don't have to like reinvent the wheel here. We don't have to produce everything at home. Sometimes it's okay to outsource, some of these tools. This is, I think to me, it's kind of, it shows the, like self-sufficiency, right? That's what the Ten of Wands is to me. It's kind of going to the extreme with that, where we've got to produce everything ourselves. I got to source my own food. I got to grow my own crops. I've got to create my own dirt. I've got to, somehow make air in the environment. I've got to somehow, produce a sun, create a sun out there to light my way and to heat up the earth. And we think we have to be responsible for every little thing rather than finding things as they are and using those, or in this case, I think with this Hierophant, asking for help. Outsourcing some of these things. You don't have to build everything in-house, right? We think of like any kind of product, any kind of manufactured good. And we like it when a lot of things are built in-house. Well, there's this company here and they make all their own parts. They put all their own parts together and they do everything in-house, right? And it's usually a pretty expensive product. But it's quality and we appreciate that. That's not the way we can all operate our lives. We need to outsource things. We need to buy ready-made products sometimes. We need to go to the grocery store and buy food that's already been grown and harvested, or grains that have already been dried and ready for us to then take and to create something with. Okay? And now this isn't a political or a philosophical opinion that I have. It's really just you being able to ask for help. It's you knowing that you don't have to do every single thing yourself. Okay? Because that's going to take up way too much time. You're going to be so busy trying to source all of your ingredients that you're never going to get to cooking, right? You're never going to get to cooking. Even the greatest of chefs have sous chefs and line cooks and other assistants or prep cooks or whoever, right? And as much as we want everything kind of grown in-house, we grow our own mushrooms out back and we've got our own vegetable garden, our own herbs. Yeah, but you still maybe buy your frying pans from, someplace that makes good frying pans. You know what I mean? We don't have to do every single thing here. We're not forging our own utensils, right? Maybe you are. But I think that's a long-winded explanation of the relationship between the Hierophant and the Ten of Wands. And I think this is again, it's another contribution to this air energy here, which we are releasing and we are out there creating. You now are in the kitchen cooking. You're giving your gift to the world. Right? And I think everybody is really going to notice. We go over here to the Path of the Serpent. We've got the Lust or Strength card. This is you performing your magic, performing your art, right? This is you harnessing that indescribable fire energy that you have inside of you. It's passion, it's creativity, it's ambition, it's magic, it's spiritual consciousness, it's indescribable, but you're harnessing it. And you're channeling it toward love, toward creativity, toward producing something for others, to enjoy. I think you're an artist. But this could be something business related too. Could be a restaurant, all right? Could be a manufacturing business, I don't know. But you're an artist, okay? However you want to slice it, you're an artist. Because you've managed to grab hold of that creative energy somehow and channel it into something that is fulfilling to you. It's something also that other people are going to notice. So other people are going to appreciate it, right? I think there is something special about you. I think everyone is noticing, okay? And you're looking at the art card in the environment. This is the art card. This is the temperance card. This, to me, this always represents the test kitchen, right? Where if you're testing out a new employee, you let them come on a Friday night dinner service, see how they do. You give them a test, you know? This is that test. This is also when you have a new idea, a new product, a new invention, a new creation, a new piece of art. You put it out there into the world. You see how it does. You know, you do it. You perform your art, perform your magic, and you kind of wait and see the results. Depending on what those results are, you tweak things a little bit, and then you do it again. But see, there's a relationship there between action and planning, right? And it has to go both ways. See, we're not getting rid of the thoughts. We're not getting rid of planning. We're just trying to balance it out with action. We have to go and do the experiment and then go back to the laboratory and tinker with things, then go back to the experiment. And then that's how we perfect it, right? That's how we make it as perfect as it can be. Now we've got the Prince of Wands here. The Prince of Wands is the difficulty, and that really is that fixed fire energy. It's staying in this heightened creative energy, this really impassioned, fiery, ambitious, confident, assertive, very robust and vital energy. All of this activity, it's hard to sustain that. Okay, back to the Ten of Wands. By trying to do everything yourself, you're going to exhaust your vital energy quickly, more quickly, right? So we need to be able to ask for help to outsource things so that your energy, so that your particular creative vital energy can do what it needs to do. You shouldn't be burdened with all these other little things. Hire somebody else to do them. Get some help. Streamline it, simplify it. Think of, the economy of motion and action and energy so that you can have your vital creative energy doing what it does best. And that is creating. That is the executive chef, making the dish. You don't have to do all the prep work. You don't have to try to find the best frying pans. Somebody else can do that for you. Okay? You have to do what your magic is, right? And I think that's kind of part of this Prince of Wands, sustaining your energy, because you have this surge of creative energy, but if you're doing everything else too, it's going to fizzle out really quick, and we're in it for the long haul. We want something, obviously, that's going to sustain, something long term, right? And that's the difficulty, is maintaining this heightened level of creativity. Maybe you could do it if you didn't have to do the million other things, micromanage everything, and figure everything out yourself. Then you could probably do it, right? So I feel like that's why the Prince of Wands is in the position of the difficulty. But just beyond that, we've got the Three of Wands. This is your identity. This is you on a plate, right? It's your essence. It's how you have figured out to express your essence in this really beautiful way. You are an artist, right? And this card is that virtue. It's an honesty in art. It's an authenticity in your art, where it is you or a part of you. This is you. Your heart is in that little bucket right there, right? We've taken part of ourselves out, and we're putting it on a plate or on a platter or on a canvas or on a business, whatever it is. I don't know. the point is that there's an honesty and an authenticity about what you do. And this is really, really something special. Yeah. I want to look at the mystery card. But first, I think we should do an angel number card. Let's see if this will give us a little bit of confirmation or validation. Now, Spirit's telling me that there's some sort of tattoo. What is the tattoo? I keep seeing like this a tattoo artist, you know, with a tattoo gun on something. Did you just get one, or is this? Oh, that's the card there. What is the significance of the tattoo? Let's see what the angel number card is. Karma, warning, judgment, influence, power, cycles, changes, rebirth. I think this is really, really on the nose. Karma will be paying you a visit. Release the need to control because you cannot force things. Learn your lessons so that they don't repeat in the future. Make some space for new experiences. I think it's important with that, the warning and the judgment and the power, and release the need to control, right? You don't have to do everything yourself. Ask for help. Let other people take care of some of the other tasks here so you can focus on making that beautiful dish, right? I think this is good. That's a nice confirmation. I still wonder about that tattoo. I feel like maybe you're considering getting one, or you just recently did, or there's something going on there. Let's look at the mystery card. I don't know what I want. I mean, I don't know. Maybe the Empress? Yeah. Maybe the world. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Let's see what we have. The Temperance card again. The Temperance card, I think, in this case, is also reminding us to conserve some of our vital energy. Again, it goes back to this idea of trying to sustain this effort for long-term success. You can't go just wasting your energy. It's a finite amount of energy. Right? So we have to learn to temper it. We have to learn to not waste it on things that we don't need to be wasting it on. Yeah, it's about the economy of motion, the conservation of energy. And I think it's also reminding us too, because it's a double, we've got this card twice now. It's reminding us that the real significance here, the real meaningful part, is when we are expressing this energy out into the environment. The proof of the pudding is in the tasting, and so we're out here letting everybody sample our work, you know, and kind of we're giving what we have. You're extending your energy, your gift to the world, right? That's where the magic really is in that interaction with other people, with the outside world, with the environment, you know. Let's finish up with one Metatron Oracle card, then I'll let you go. Let's see. That's the one right there. Creation. Expansion in your life. You are an artist. And I don't care what you're creating, you are an artist. You could be creating a business or a family or a life or a future or I don't know. You're an artist. All right. And your job as an artist is to create. Anyway, we're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, there's a link up top. There's one down below. New readings for Scorpio. Every Wednesday and Saturday, 6 a.m. Chicago time. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. And leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you, and we're all in this together.